First and foremost, I seen y'all comments in the comment section in the last video. Y'all already know I get in the comment section with y'all and I rock with y'all, you know what I'm saying? So appreciate all the feedback. And some of the comments I have looked into some of those things, and I will be expounding on some of those things also. Y'all really putting me on game, man, about a lot of shit, especially the one about the officer taking pictures by the escalators. Yeah, that was kind of deep right there, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna be looking into that, cause that's kind of wild, you know. I seen the guy cleaning the carpet in that area. I think a little after or before. I have to look at it again, but I'll be expounding on things like that, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all coming in the comment section and really getting down with me, you know what I'm saying? That's some real shit. Alright. Alright. So most of you are already familiar with this right here, this video right here, right? When I showed Bree meeting with the guy in the all black and so forth and so forth. So just to recap on it for those who's not familiar with this video yet, those who are familiar with this video, you can fast forward through it until you get to the other video that I was supposed to be expounding on. Now, for those who need the recap, the last time I really didn't focus on the guy who was with the dude in the all black. Alright, so over here where my cursor is, you will see him, the white guy with the beige long sleeve shirt on. You'll see him walking with the guy in the all black. Alright, now the guy in the all black been in the hotel for a good little minute, way before Bree and Irene and Shallow came down to the lobby. You know, one while you see him sitting here, then you see him sort of walking through, things like that, right? So I'm going to hit play and I want you to watch over here. Watch how the guy in the beige long sleeve shirt, the white guy in the beige long sleeve shirt, is walking with the guy in the all black, the one that Bree met. Alright, we're over here. And as you can see down here, this is Bree, Irene, Shallow. See him right here? And you can see him over here. They're clearly walking together. Alright? Now, for those who don't know that Bree met with this guy right here in the all black, as you can clearly see, the guy in the all black is about to go this direction and he's going to loop around to this hall. And Bree will go in and meet him, and you'll see all of that too. We're up here. guy in the black. Now I think that the white guy in the beige shirt, he kind of stood behind. Once they enter into that the area where the escalator is, he kind of stood behind. All right. That's Bree. The guy in all black is going to wrap around and meet her. You'll see that. We're up here. You see the guy in all black. All right. Okay. Now that everybody's in pocket, it's time to get it in. See what's really going on, right? All right. So we just seen the guy in the white guy in the beige long sleeve shirt clearly with the guy in the all black. We just seen that, right? So here we will see him walking away from that section. Now as he's going through this hall, all right, the guy in the all black is already meeting with Bree. Okay, so that's established. Now right here is what I want you to see also. And there's more to it than just Bree's movement. We're not just talking about Bree's movement. There's way more to it. Way more to it that I found out. Trust me. There's way more to it. Alright. So this dude right here in the red, he works here at the hotel. He works there, right? So he's sort of following behind him. I don't know if he was really trying to follow behind this dude intentionally, but he's following behind him. Okay, right here, everybody already know about this part. When the guy in the all black waves to the clerk and he exits out the door. Now upon this part right here, if you just happen to stumble across this part right here, you wouldn't know what the hell was going on. You wouldn't even know that this guy right here is with this guy. You just wouldn't know because of the way that they was moving around. Okay. Now watch how this dude looks at the one in the red. And the one in the red works though. Like, damn, you following me, cuz, or something? You see what I'm saying? Now watch this. He goes into the hall where Bree is at. Now he don't go all the way up in the hall. He just sort of go right there in the doorway, kind of peep around, you know what I'm saying? Like he checking. You see what I'm saying? Then he comes out. Again, I don't know what the dude in the red, what his real intention was as far as following this dude, but he does work at the hotel. All right, now pay attention to this part. I really want y'all to pay attention to this part. This dude, when he comes back this way, he don't come up this hall. Okay, he do not come up this hall. Another thing, again, I want y'all to pay attention to the time, because we're going to be on that time like a motherfucker, because this right here is going to prove that this hotel covered up a lot of shit just by tampering with the footage. That should be enough right there to send the federal bureau into this motherfucker to really find out what's going on in this hotel. Like, send some private agents. You see what I'm saying? Like some FBI agents. But make sure you know they're real low key on everything, and get them to see what's really going on in this hotel. Because they are manipulating this footage. They have manipulated this footage. I mean, they did it to the fucking T. It's so crazy the way they did it. It's almost as if, like, why didn't nobody care? You see what I'm saying? Like, if we can find this stuff out, how come nobody else found this stuff out, and how come no one else cared? That's the question. You know, along with who killed Kenneka, but how come nobody else cared? So let's go. Alright, so he walks across this hall. Okay? Let me see if I can pull that up one more time. You seen him? He walks across that hall. Okay. Guy in the red comes back in the hallway. He's going back to do what he was doing. And here he is right here. He's clearly working. Bree finally comes out the hall. Now, that guy in the all black. The guy in the all black, he came out roughly around 21 maybe or so. And then the white guy in the beige shirt, he goes to the hall. He checks. He walks back across, like going towards the elevators. Okay? Then Bree comes out 4 minutes later. And she does this little weird shit right here, like she's, you know, checking her purse and all that little weird funny shit she was doing, okay? Now, initially, I first thought that she came this way. But come to find out, she went this way, back towards the elevators. The same direction the dude in the beige shirt went. Back towards the elevators. Now, we're only left to assume that she went back to the room. Now watch it here in the cursor, right there. Okay, so she walks across. She does not come back in the hallway. Okay, so now, roughly 3 minutes later, he comes back out of the elevator section. Okay? The guy in the beige shirt, the white guy in the beige shirt, he comes out of the elevator section in roughly 3 minutes. Okay? Watch what he does. And I repeated it over and over so you can look over here where this cursor is and you can see him walking past that section. So he didn't come out of this hallway. He came from the elevator section. Watch what this motherfucker do. And a lot of y'all already know about this part. You can skip over if you want to. But watch this shit. If you're not familiar with this part, just watch it. Don't even try to skip through this. If you're not familiar with this part, do not skip through it. Just watch it. It's coming up in a minute. Times are still synced. Give them roughly about 20 seconds. Remember, the guy in all black waved to the clerk on his way out. And it's the same clerk behind that desk. It's the same clerk. He was there all night. Boom. You got a book bag from the clerk. So this right here ties the clerk in with Bree, this guy, and a guy in all black. This ties the clerk in automatically. Okay? What just took place is not hotel business. Alright? So he should have been questioned about this part automatically. Never mind what went on with Kenneka. He should have been questioned about this right here automatically. Like, what the fuck is really going on? This is not hotel business. Please understand that. Let's move along. And again, he crossed over going back towards the elevators. Now, some people was asking me, isn't there a section over there where you can get to the pool area? You're absolutely correct. And I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you what's over there for those who's not familiar. I'm going to show you what's over there. Okay. So that's the visibility hall. This is the lobby. Alright. It's the lobby. And this is the area where they're going. Now straight ahead is the elevators. Now this is the part I want you to see also. Straight ahead is the elevators. Alright. Over here is like a gift shop. Okay. Then there's a door you can go out. And then just to your right is the garage. Okay. It's the only thing that's over here. It's the only thing that's over here. You got to remember what time this is. There's nothing over here for you to be doing other than these elevators and this door right here, unless you're going into the pool area. Okay. Now I'm not saying that's where they went, but those who was questioning, is it a pool area, is it a way to the pool area over there? Yes, it is. Okay. This is the way to the pool area, but straight ahead is the elevators. And I'm gonna rotate it all the way around so you can see that this is a straight shot from the lobby. Alright, this is a straight shot from the lobby. Okay, so you would go this way. As you can see, it says pool. Simple. It says pool. All right. Now on Google Map, you could actually go through this whole thing. You can go through that whole hallway to see exactly how to get to this pool area. Okay. But for some reason they deactivated that and just made the focus on that new restaurant. All right. But I've been through this whole thing already. Okay. And I can clearly tell you, this is where you be coming from. This area right here. All right. Now there's rooms in that hall. There's back doors to the room, to some rooms in that hall, like auditorium type stuff, like stuff you would probably practice plays or something like that. There, it just depends on what you want to do in those rooms. But those rooms has light fixtures, for stage and stuff like that. All right. Now you go through those back doors and go through the front door of those rooms, and you end up in the visibility hall. Okay. These windows up here, this is the visibility hall. This is the way outside on this little patio thing. Remember that door that when Bree was going back out the door on the southwest entry, she was going back out that door. She went to one door like she was going to go out of it, but she didn't go out of it, and she went out the other door. Well, this door right here, if you go out this door right here, make a right, you will come in that door that she started to go out of, or she just peeked out of. You can come through that door right there. Okay, just to let you know the location of where you're at. All right. So this is the pool area. Okay. So let's get back to this. All right. So this is the part where they start playing with the clock. I mean, they've been playing with the clock the whole, the whole thing, the whole 36 hours of footage or whatever. They've been playing with the whole, the footage and the clock and the timestamps, all that. They've been playing with that for the longest. But I want to point some parts out to you as well in this section, okay? So we got the clock rolling on the right, and clock is rolling on the left. Okay, now these three girls come down the hall. Guys, girls, whatever you want to call them. What I want you to do is pay attention to the clock to the right. They're going to go and turn. Clock is still sinking. Now clearly, I guess I can say clearly they've never been here before, because they was going in the wrong direction. All right. They passed by, as you can see them. So they go into the elevator area. Now, if you can see on the bottom screen, they just mistimed them by seconds. So they had to see them in the parking lot, maybe. All right. Watch the clock on both screens, left and right. Forget about the bottom, just for a second. Just know that they walking through that hall. Now, at this point, you should have seen Ty's crew go under this camera to the left. They should have went under the lobby camera, because they were spread it out. They wasn't hugging that wall to the right in a way where you couldn't see anybody. They were spread it out. They wasn't even worrying about the camera. They was all spread it out, right? So you should have seen them in the lobby camera. Why is it that now the clock says 1:48:31 on the right and 1:49:31 on the left? and they synced it in smoothly. Okay, cameras do not do this. This is human activity. A human went in and synced this time in perfectly. I want you to see, I'm gonna bring it back just a little bit, just a few seconds back, and I want you to see how this clock rolled in perfectly. The one on the left rolled in perfectly with the one on the right by the seconds. I mean, it synced in perfectly by the seconds. The only thing changed is the minute went up one time, but the sync was perfect. Cameras do not do that. Trust me, it would have been off by maybe 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 7 seconds, 9 seconds, some shit like that. Not only that, the one to the left, the guy, well, that's a guy. That's not a real female. That's a guy in the pink at the desk. Was there for the longest. Okay. Not only that, the sensors in the lobby continues. Okay, I don't know what the sensors are picking up consistently. Maybe it's that TV right next to the lobby desk. And I mean, she's close enough to continue triggering the sensors on that camera. Okay, so the camera would not have synced perfectly by seconds. A human had to go in and edit that. So let's bring that back. Tie screw down here. Tie screw right here. Alright. We don't need to focus on this. We don't need to focus on we just don't need to focus on them coming down the hall anymore. We know they're coming down the hall. We know they enter into the lobby section. But we don't know which direction they went. Huh? We don't know if they went to the left or to the right. We don't know. And this draws another question. If they went to the right and went up the elevators, why wasn't Ty and his crew in Irene's live? We've already proven when Irene's live was. We've already proven that. Irene's live was roughly around 2 o'clock. So why wasn't Ty and his crew in Irene's live? Did they take a while to get to the room? Because you also got to remember that Irene's live was only 6 minutes. It was only 6 minutes. And that was before Bree was seen in the lobby leaving out of the hotel with Mike and the dyke girl. That's how we figured out the time. By the fact that Bree didn't have on her jacket. She had a jacket on the whole time until she finally went up to the room to settle down. She took her jacket off, and her jacket was off in Irene's live. Then as Mike got ready to leave out of the room after he patted Irene on the head, Mike got ready to leave out of the room. Bree ended up in the lobby with Mike and the dyke girl leaving out of the hotel. That was roughly around two something. Okay. And again, she didn't have on her jacket. Those are the only 2 times she didn't have on a jacket in that live, and when she got ready to leave out of this hotel with Mike and the dyke girl. And then of course she came back without a jacket on because she left her jacket in the room. Okay? So why wasn't Ty, this is like what, maybe 12 minutes before 2 o'clock? Why wasn't Ty and his crew in Irene's live? So let's say this. Let's say it took them a while. It took them about 15, 20 minutes. Well, it takes 12 minutes from here to get to 2 o'clock, to get to the next hour, which is 2 o'clock. So it took like 12 minutes, okay, from this point. It took like 12 minutes to 2 o'clock. Then maybe roughly 6 more minutes. We'll give it about 15 more minutes. So I say roughly about 25 minutes. We ain't gonna push it. We ain't gonna push it to 30. I mean, not minutes, but seconds. Yeah, minutes. We ain't gonna push it to 30 minutes. We're gonna push it to 25 minutes. Okay. So let's say roughly 25 minutes. It took them about 25 minutes to actually go into the room, into 926. Let's say it took them a little minute to get into 926, about 25 minutes from this point right here. And then Irene ended her live, you know, and then maybe a few minutes afterwards, boom, Ty busts out his live. So what did they do for those 25 minutes? Were they sort of lingering around at the elevators trying to make sure everybody get on? Was they sort of playing around in the hallway and then got on the elevator playing around and then got up and went into the hall of 926 and played around before they actually entered into the room because they was not in Irene's live? But also, by the time Ty and just wait a minute. By the time Ty bust out his live, the party was jumping already. The party was smashing already. I mean, people entered into the room quick. The music is already playing. All of a sudden, we don't have a problem with the Wi-Fi no more. The music is playing. Everybody's getting in it now. So when did Ty really do his live? And how long did it take for them to get from this point to the fucking room? Because evidently they was not in Irene's live, alright? So, back to this fucking clock. See, they synced it already. They synced it at 49:21, so I'm gonna have to move it back a little more. Matter of fact, they jumped it twice. So let's get it back in sync. Let's push it back just a little bit more. Alright. So 147:48. This is when they jumped the clock. They jumped the clock at 1:48:02. No, actually at 1:48:01 they jumped the clock. Let me try to get it at that point. I just want to be precise with it. Where we at? Let's bring it back about right there. That's cool. That's cool. I just want to be precise with it. Okay. Do you see that? They've already jumped the clock. Ty and them ain't even come down the fucking hallway yet. and they jumped the clock. They jumped the lobby clock. See, the visibility bar, the visibility clock, and the clock at the bottom, which you can't really see it. Well, not the clock at the bottom, but the footage at the bottom and the visibility footage, it clearly is synced. You will see how clear it is. You see what I'm saying? Once I hit play, you've already seen it. It's clearly synced. Why did they jump the lobby clock? And this is how you know a human did this. Because at 1:48:00, the lobby clock jumps to 1:48:17. The person in the pink in the lobby is still moving around. But let's just say that person is not really triggering the sensor. Okay, we'll give them that. That person is not really triggering the sensor. All right, since they want to play, we'll give them that. But watch this. Okay, Ty's crew is coming down. The clock on the right is 1:48:05. You already know that the clock on the left started at 1:48:17. It jumped at 1:48:0 to 1:48:17. So now it's 1:48:22 in the lobby, 1:48:05 in the visibility camera. All right. Watch how the lobby clock jumps again, and it syncs perfectly with the visibility camera. That's me. I keep pausing it. So watch. I'm going to pause it again because I want to be precise with this. All right. It's at 1:48:31. The lobby, the visibility camera is at 1:48:14. When the visibility camera gets to 1:48:30, I want you to pay attention to how the clock to the left sinks in so that the clock to the right rolls into 1:48:31. The clock to the left is going to roll into 1:49:31, and it's going to sync perfectly. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to stop it at 1:48:28 to the right. And then I'm going to get you to pay attention. So here we go. When it gets to 1:48:28 to the right, I'm going to pause it. Wait a minute. No, they synced it in before that. It's 1:49:25 now, and it's 1:48:25. They synced it in before that. So let's go back a little bit more then. So when did they do that? Let's see. When did they do that? Let's go back just a little bit more. Let's watch carefully. Let's watch carefully. Did you see that? So which way did Ty and them go? So let's say that's not really important. Let's just keep moving. But what's important is the fact that they're playing with the cameras, timestamp, and they're syncing them in manually. This is not the camera doing this. This is human activity. I mean, they're perfectly synced now. They're just a minute off, but they're perfectly synced by the seconds. That's human. There's no lag, that's human. Pause. Just in case you didn't see that. All right, it's 1:54. Okay, it's 1:54. Remember, Bree went in roughly 1:25. She went in the elevator area roughly 1:25. The white guy comes out of the elevator area roughly 1:28. Goes to the clerk's desk, to the lobby desk, get his book bag from the clerk, goes back into the elevator area. So now here it is 1:54. We can assume that she went to the room. We don't know. But what we do know is it's now 1:54. She still have on her jacket. So she didn't sit down and relax, because she still got on the jacket. We already seen her relaxed in Irene's live. She took off her jacket. Not only she took it off, she kept it off, went into the lobby, went outside where it was clearly cold, because everybody's wearing jackets, so it's clearly cold. She had on no jacket coming out of Irene's live. She came out of the room, went into the lobby, went through that door with no jacket on. So we know when she got comfortable. So evidently in this case, she wasn't comfortable yet. She didn't sit down comfortably yet. She's still doing her rounds, whatever the fuck she's doing. But we do know she's tied in with the clerk and the two white dudes. This should have been questioned, and it should have been a full investigation on this part. Because not only there was a death here, but the fact that this is not hotel activity, and the fact that you're playing with the goddamn timestamp. So let's watch Bree come from the elevator area at 1:54. She's going to walk across this door, so pay attention to this door right here. Okay? Bring it back so you can be sure that she walked across this door. Just pay attention to that door. Alright? So she walked across that door. Now, why is it that she's looking downstairs? Look at the lobby footage. Oh, and by the way, the timestamps just magically reappear synced again. Huh? So why is she coming out of the elevator area looking downstairs? What is your business down there in the lower lobby? Why are you looking down there, Bree? What was the point? You're there to party. What is your point? Why are you walking around meeting people outside of the party, far away from your home, because you don't live on the north side of Chicago? You're far away from your home, and you're meeting people, and you're tied in with the clerk You come back out of the elevator area and you're looking downstairs in the lower level section. Are you prepping up some shit? Let's go. And y'all do see those keys in her hand. Those keys are Kenneka's keys. No doubt about it. Now, another thing. They still playing with the fucking clock. Not only they playing with the clock, they're freezing the motherfucker and giving it to us like this. Like, fuck it. Now, I'll just pause the video. But I'm going to bring it back so you'll see what I'm talking about. Now, as you can see, I got these two videos synced. They are clearly synced, including this one where the time is off. Okay? It's like an hour and so off. Exactly an hour and so off. Can you see that clearly? 54:12, 54:42, 54:42, 1:54:42 to be exact, and 0:54:12. But they got the two right. I guess they just said, "Oh fuck it, we'll just leave it like that." This is not camera action. This is human action. Fucking with the timestamp. So, you can clearly see that I have the videos synced. Now watch this. Like I say, she do have Kenneka keys in her hand. It's the same way Kenneka walked in with the keys. Now, I want you to pay attention to the clock. Pay attention to this clock. Pay attention to this clock. And I want you to pay attention to the fact that she's about to come out of these stairs, but yet you will not see her here. Follow my cursor. She's about to come out of these stairs because she can't go this way. She's about to come out of these stairs, but you will not see her here. Not only that, they will freeze the clock. Watch. Clock frozen. Clock on the right still rolling. But you don't see a Bree. And they presented that shit to us that way. They presented that shit to us that way. I just said, fuck it, hell, they ain't gonna catch it. Because they figured we was too busy looking for the killer and not the actual motion of every person. And then yes, they did cover up some of the motions. So these people need to be investigated fully. Fully. Not only because of Kenneka's sake, but because there is fraudulent activity going on in this fucking hotel. Period. I'm pretty sure this is not the first, and this won't be the last. When will law do its fucking job? And truthfully, I think I've proven enough in this video. I don't really think I need to go any further. I'll just let it roll. But I've proven enough. All I'm going to show you is the same thing over and over. They keep doing the same shit over and over. They keep freezing the time. playing with the clocks over and fucking over again. In fact, this video just may end. Let me see. Yeah, I got like a few more minutes on this video. See how they play with the clocks? Like, we didn't even see where Bree went. But that's cool. That's cool. When will law do its fucking job?